Hello, hello. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, episode 218. Larry's back from his gallivanting across the Midwest and all that fun stuff. So it's good to have you back, Larry. Gabe did a good job last week, but we had a great time as always. Gabe's great. He's coming on sometime this month. He's like, give me a date. I was like, pick one. And then I never heard from him. So
we'll work it out. We'll figure it out.
Go to gigeconomyshow.com to find out anything about the podcast. And also our Patreon members, can't thank them enough. Samson, Bud, Steve, Omar, Delivery Cats, Frank, Jamie, Tom, Jim, Miguel, and Linda. We're thinking about you, Linda, in Tampa, as the second big hurricane is starting to, man, it's going to be there soon, like tonight at midnight, I think. So
yeah, it's already starting. I've been watching the Weather Channel here. It's on in the background back here. And yeah, they're already getting a lot of bad weather. They've already had some tornadoes down there this afternoon. And the storm surge is starting to come up on shore. And yeah, I definitely want to give, shout out and prayers to our Patreon, Linda. And, my sister's in Clearwater. So her and her husband thinking and praying for them as well. And anybody else who's down there in the path of this thing, wasn't able to get out for one reason or another. It's going to be a bad one, it looks like. Yeah,
it definitely does. And then we have the Telegram group. You want to tell them about that, Larry? Our favorite chat group?
Yes, the Telegram group. It's a way you can communicate with people. It's like text, but you can also, instead of doing text messages, you can also do voice messages, which is pretty convenient when you're out driving, and we don't want you texting and driving for sure. But we have people from all over the country. We actually have some international people as well. We get on there and talk about all things gig related, all the different apps, what's hot, what's not, any new things that are happening. And then sometimes we just get on there and vent about, the shitty passengers we had and how bad they smell, things like that.
And we talk about how Faith in the chat always gets free Amazon.
Yeah, free like every other day.
Yeah.
Much.
Yeah, I think most of her income comes from free routes. So if you want free routes, go to Vegas, apparently.
Hey, not a bad gig if you can get it.
For sure. Stories from the road. I have nothing. I've been driving a lot of bus. I think I did one route last week, maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah. And then I know this week is Prime week or Prime. Like, I swear, was there a Prime one in October last year? I know they do the one in the summer.
Yeah, I think they do too. I don't know. I don't keep up with it.
Yeah, but I know by us, at least during the major Prime one, the whole week is just dead.
Really?
I don't know what it is. It's just there's no routes. I meant to talk to Miguel and Jamie to see how it was going this week. Now, next week it probably will start getting busy, but I don't know why the week of it doesn't, because they do 2-day shipping. So it's like,
right. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of it. I mean, even here, a lot of stuff times we'll order and it'll, we'll get it in a day, sometimes, but,
unless it's stuff that people don't normally order and they're like trying to save a little money. So the stuff they may not stock at the warehouse. So it's taking a couple of days. I don't know, but they still, most of the stuff they promise 2-day shipping. So I don't know.
Who knows?
But anyways, that's what happens in our area on the week, even with the week before Christmas. It seems a little dead.
That is strange.
It's very strange, but
crazy.
All right, we got quite a few stories to talk about.
Yeah, I got one story.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Right. It's not really. It's kind of gig related, not really gig related. It's ride share related. But had a high school reunion. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before. But obviously, I was not on the show last week, so I couldn't talk about it. But we had a get together on Friday night, and then another one on Saturday night. Saturday morning, went and toured our high school. They've rebuilt the whole thing. It's really freaking nice high school now. It's so nice. It's like a college. It really is. But anyway, that night we got together at a restaurant. It was a lot of fun. Then afterwards, some people were going down to this place called the White Squirrel Brewery. So my wife she's not a night owl like me. So she was ready to go home, go to bed. So came home, took care of my son, got him some food because he was here recuperating with us. And then she went to bed. So I ran down the White Squirrel to see who all went down there. By the time I got down, things were pretty well wrapping up. But like no sooner I walk in, like within 5 minutes, a guy comes over and he's like, "Hey, hey, she's had too much to drink. Can you get her an Uber? And I was like, I'll be their Uber. It's one of my classmates.
Okay.
Yeah, she had definitely had too much to drink.
Oh.
And nobody was taking responsibility at all.
Really?
Yeah, everybody was like, the guy's like, hey, are y'all two girls? Are y'all with her? Y'all going to take care of her? And like, no, we're not with her. And then they're like, well, out of here. They walked off.
Wow.
So I'm like, all right, I'm good. Like, literally could not walk to the car without holding on to me. Like,
I can't believe you took that.
Well, I mean, it's a somebody I've known since grade school. But anyway, it ended up into a whole ordeal because she ended up she's like, I wanted to get something out of her car, supposedly. Get to her car. Then she's like refusing. No, I'm going to drive home. Like, no, you are not driving home. That's not happening. So we argue, we argue for probably a good 15 minutes. And then finally one of my other classmates walked up and he's like, hey, you need some help? I'm like, yeah, I do.
Yes.
And we were helping me convince her. So we finally convinced her to let me drive her and her car home, and the other guy would follow me and bring me back so she'd have her car.
Oh my goodness!
Because she was staying a good probably 15, 20 minutes away during the day.
Okay.
At night it didn't take too long, but yeah, I was like, there's no way you would have made it home.
Yeah, I'm not sure why people do that. Like,
I don't either, but it's so common. It happened. Yeah, they're like, I'm good.
I'm like, really?
The whole way there, they go. You've seen they go through the different emotions. They're like, Larry, I hate you, but I love you. Why are you doing this? Because you're my friend, and I'm not gonna be the one that shipped you out to let you die. That's not happening. Not happening.
What I want to know is during the night when was she there with anybody, or she was just
nope.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got her home. That's the important
it was
part.
Fun. Like I said, it was good seeing everybody. We all say it every time. We're like, yeah, we need to do this more often because you start losing people.
Yeah,
it happens. You lose some every year. It was really good to see everybody. It was my 40th high school reunion. I'm an old fart.
You are. I'm curious. Did you end up like messaging that lady like the day after?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, text them, make sure everything was cool and good to go. But, yeah.
Oh, you're a better man than I am. I'd be like, sorry, see ya. I wouldn't have let her drove if I had the ability to stop her. But I
I had her keys by that point, and I was like, no, not happening. And after I think not driving, but afterwards, I think she did end up puking a little bit.
No, I'm sure. Hey, gross. That's gonna be a rough hangover.
Yeah.
Being how old you are.
Exactly. Don't bounce back like we used to.
No, I don't either at 48. Let me tell you. As my neck cracks over here.
Yeah.
All right, gig economy in the news. We're gonna talk a little bit about Lyft, some different things they're doing. Uber to launch OpenAI. It's a bunch of stories for tonight, so we'll dive into that real quick. So the Lyft thing, it's I saw people talking about. Well, let me just I highlighted. I did some highlighting tonight. So
look at you highlighting.
Is this the right one? Did I highlight it? No. Why is my highlights not showing up? Well, that's great. I did not take. Anyways, so we're going with it. So the title says Lyft unveils improved pay measure to attract more drivers, and we're like, well, we don't want any more drivers, but they're going to roll out measures such as higher pay for longer than estimated trips and prioritizing members with a safe driving record. In the latest move, Lyft introduces a preferred drivers program where members with a higher safe driving score will receive more ride requests, new earnings dashboard, and electric vehicle rides that are linked to battery range, which we talked about like 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
So have you driven Lyft lately?
I haven't driven much of anything in the last couple of weeks just because my son's been here. But I will be back at it tomorrow night for sure.
I was just curious about
thing.
The driving score.
I haven't seen that yet. I'm assuming it's going to be something like Ubers,
Yeah.
deal that they have. And another thing, again, most of these companies they end up doing the same thing. Another couple of things I saw that they said they were going to do. Said they'd also partnered with a company called Merit America to enable drivers to take free courses. It's kind of like Coursera, or you can take these courses to get cybersecurity, or graphic
Yeah.
design, or whatever you want to do, which is always good. That's one thing I don't think I don't think people think about enough, is being able to take those free courses.
Yeah.
It's a good way to learn stuff. And they're also partnering with Stride Health to help gig workers find lower cost health insurance, which is always a thing. If you don't have a W-2, you don't have your insurance anywhere else. It's always it's always a struggle to look and try to find the cheapest, best insurance you can get.
Right.
Um,
It says drivers will also be able to see the estimated hourly
mhm.
rate for each ride to decide
I,
if a ride is worth their time. So what's happening there is they're not seeing the price of the ride anymore. I heard. Now I've just
really?
yeah. So you don't get the upfront pricing; you get the hourly rate.
Okay, so it'll take a while to calibrate our brains to know what's good and what isn't. Just like
Yeah, they're changing it up a little bit.
Yeah, they love to do that. I mean, it's just part of their games that they play. They're always trying to change things, and like I said, it takes people a while to get it all figured out again. But yeah, it's nice to see an hourly rate, but I'd rather just see what the trip is.
And then they said they'll get paid more for trips that are at least 5 minutes more than the estimated time. So they're basically saying if it takes 5 minutes longer, you
Yeah,
get paid more.
yeah,
Okay.
supposedly, yeah.
So it said also in the last 3 months ending in June, Lyft added most new drivers in any quarter since 2019,
Mm-hmm.
including 34% more women and non-binary drivers compared with a year ago period. I was like, damn, what's going
Yeah,
on there? Why are we putting all these drivers on?
I think I don't know. I think it's probably just people. People need to do some side work, some gig work, because stuff's everything's so expensive these days.
I did see, and again, when I say I see this, I'm seeing people commenting on it. So this isn't like a news article like I just went over, but I see people talking about like, yeah, Lyft is dead in my area, and they're like they charge too much, and so I
Yeah.
just sit there. Uber is like, boom, 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 and I think even the rideshare guys, Chris and Sergio, were doing a couple tests in different markets, and they turned
Mm-hmm.
both apps on. And it was like Uber ping, 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 and Lyft it was
Really?
just crickets. I mean, we even noticed, like when I was driving a little bit more back from the pandemic, I noticed that Lyft was just charging so much fucking money for their rides. I'm just like, how is this even real life? Who would pay this?
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I check. I try to check sometimes just to see where it's going.
Yeah,
Usually here, it's still kind of a toss up between which one's going to be cheaper. I'd say usually it's Uber, but not always Uber.
yeah, yeah. So I guess my point is they're bringing on all these drivers. They added
Yeah,
more than they ever have, but if their riders are kind of going to Uber, then it really doesn't, it kind of defeats
yeah,
the purpose. And I don't know
yeah,
anyone that would want to see that estimated hourly. I think it's going to trick people, right? Because it'll
yeah,
say like $22, right? And in your head, you're thinking, oh, it's $22 for this trip, but like,
yeah.
no,
No,
that's not what it
not
is.
unless it takes you an hour.
And I don't even know how you're going to be able to calculate. I mean, I guess you'll get used to the pattern, I guess, and say it'll say
Yeah,
like $40 an hour,
mhm.
or, but that's fuck that. I don't want that.
Yeah, I would rather not have that.
No, I think it's more confusing, and it's just, yeah, that's going to be terrible.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll be driving tomorrow night for sure. Thirsty Thursday. Like I said, it's been last 3 weeks. I don't think I've driven on Thursdays.
yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if I see any of this new stuff yet.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come out soon. So, next up is a video. Larry doesn't know about it because it's weird because I don't know. I was able to rip it, and I only ripped it I think last night maybe.
Really?
So not that
Yeah.
long ago, but it's a Amazon driver, and he takes a break in a very odd spot, and so we'll watch that and
All
tell me
right.
what you think. It's only 20 seconds, so.
Okay.
Sir, is there a reason that you're sitting in my driveway?
My lunch break.
Okay, can you take your lunch break not in my driveway?
Ma'am, I'm sorry.
Okay, so pretty simple. Uh,
Mhm.
so that lady, I think I know why she took it down because she was getting some hate.
Really?
Yeah, you would. It went. You know when people post stuff thinking they're
Yeah.
gonna get the reaction, and then it just flip flops.
Yeah. Yeah. People have the exact opposite reaction that they thought they were going to get. And I mean, I don't think I wouldn't really, want an Amazon driver taking a break in my driveway,
Well,
but
that's the thing. I'm on her side, but
yeah.
everyone's like, "Let the man. He works hard." But like,
Well,
he,
there's plenty of places you can park
yeah,
not in somebody's driveway.
go down the
Let's
driveway and
see.
make a left turn, and you're out of the person's driveway. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think she was completely out of line in
No,
any
I
way.
think she was definitely in line. I wouldn't give her hate for that. You can park there's parks, there's
Oh,
shopping center parking, there's millions. I mean, just so many places to park besides somebody's driveway. I'm sure if he came home and there was a stranger parked in his driveway, he's like, "What are you doing?" Like, I'm just taking my lunch break, man. I work at the factory down here.
I'd be
I
like,
came over here to take my lunch break.
yeah. I mean, it's so strange, and she was very polite. Like
Yeah,
she said,
yeah,
"Sir," like she didn't
yeah.
say, "Get the fuck off my driveway," which
Yeah,
I
yeah.
probably would
You
have
can fire a
said.
warning shot at him or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, but yeah, she was getting some hate, and I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
like, come on, y'all. Like, you wouldn't want that. I mean, it's nothing against the guy, but it's just like, okay, you delivered the package. Now do
Yeah,
something else.
yeah. Just like you said, pull down, make a right. You're on the street. You're out of somebody's
Yeah.
driveway. You got to expect that's going to creep somebody out. They look out there and you're just out there hanging out in their driveway.
Well, even when he said, yeah, okay, you could tell in his head, he's like, just the tone. He's like, man, that
Yeah,
was dumb of me to do this.
yeah. I think he might have had second thoughts once he reflected back on that one.
Well, I hope he didn't get in trouble because Amazon's are
Yeah,
such pricks about stuff. Like, they're so anal about a lot of things, and I just hope he didn't get in trouble because
yeah. That's not anything worth getting in trouble over by any means. But yeah, probably not his best move.
oh well, we can't all be awesome gig workers like me and you. You know what I mean?
It's it's tough.
It's hard to compete.
It
So,
is.
more on AI, which we all will talk about now. It seems. I mean, I stopped a little bit of it, but like for a while, it was getting so much on like my social
Oh,
media and stuff.
such the buzzword. I mean, it was
Yeah,
everywhere, all over the news, all over the radio, TV,
right.
everywhere. Everything was AI this, AI that. Yeah.
So
Thankfully.
good old Uber to launch OpenAI powered AI assistant to answer driver EV questions. So this is fucking strange. I mean, I get boners for EVs, but this is just
Yeah.
strange. So at launch, the assistant will only answer questions about electric vehicles, likely where to charge them or which one to buy. But the integration will potentially span into other case uses in the future, according to an Uber spokesman. Drivers will be able to access the AI assistant from the home screen of the Uber driver app, and the chatbot will continuously updated with new information. Uber says it will also be able to provide personalized answers based on the driver's need, the city they live in, and the available government incentives. They also said that the drivers will eventually be able to speak directly to the chatbot in addition to sending text-based questions, and the chatbot will be able to audibly respond to driver queries. What are you laughing at? I'm not looking at the screen.
No, just those things. What's fun to do with those AI chatbots is to try to break them, try to ask them questions that just makes them lock up.
Well, they're not. Everyone says they're not super smart. I mean, if you ask them something they don't know about, they're not going to be able to do it.
Yeah, or you can get them to tell you something that you know is wrong.
Yeah, yeah. One thing I thought was kind of cool, and I'd be up for this if I can make a little extra money. The Uber's AI assistant rollout will be coupled with an EV mentorship program where highly rated drivers who have the experience driving EV can earn cash rewards and other incentives if they take on the mantle of being a mentor for drivers who want to learn more about the experience of owning an EV. So,
man.
I don't know why is Uber going so hard on this EV shit? Like
I don't know. They both want us all to drive EVs. They've stated that they want, that's what they want.
but I don't understand what the super excited for the like. I think in myself, does the EV somehow correlate with the self-driving car? Like, is it easier to do self-driving stuff in an EV than a gas-powered car? Like, I guess I don't. Is that what they're trying to do?
That's a
Or
good question. I do not know the answer to that one.
I wonder if it's just easier to like send it to a place to charge instead of going to a gas pump. Because like if you think about it, like, well, you still got to plug it in, but like
Yeah,
it
still
feels
somebody's gonna have to hug it up.
yeah. Because where is there a self-driving car that's gas?
Yeah,
There isn't.
But,
And well, there might be, but I mean,
I
I'm just saying,
haven't looked it up, but yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I haven't either. But why is Uber pushing the EV so much? Like just to be green? Like we all know they're not doing it for anyone else but themselves. Like, so there's got to be a backwards door somewhere that they're like, we're doing this EV because we know that it's going to be, or maybe people with EVs are more likely to entertain self-driving cars because of the technology. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know why why they're both so hot for it.
Yeah, they are. They are.
They are.
They don't say any, that's like, yeah, for example, the ride hail and delivery giants Uber Green offering, where riders can choose to ride in a hybrid or EV in over 180 markets, will now feature an EV only option in 40 cities with more to come. Riders can also set their preference in the Uber app to get matched with EVs. Like, I actually don't give a shit what car picks me up. Like, what? Like, again, what's the boner for EVs here? Like, I just don't. I want to know why.
Yeah,
Like
no, I'm completely with you on that. I don't care what pick me, as long as it's get me.
Well, I don't
me
want a
there.
shit box, but I also don't care if it's gas or electric. I mean, I guess it would be cool to get picked up in a Tesla because I don't know, it's cool tech, but then rolling out this chat bot, like, this seems so bizarre to me. I just can't. I mean, I'd love to try it. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on it, might be cool, but like, what is the reason? Like, can you just pay us a little bit more?
Yeah,
Can
really
we get
invest
50
in
cents
that.
more?
Yeah, and this is kind of on the self-driving car related thing. I know supposedly Tesla's doing their big reveal for the robo taxis tomorrow. Finally.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah, that's supposed. I'm going to try to watch that live if I can.
Okay.
See what doesn't work on their demo.
Oh, they're gonna demo it.
I think so. They're supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be a big deal tomorrow. So we'll definitely, if that happens tomorrow, if they don't postpone it, then I'll, we'll definitely be able to talk.
Well,
about
it'll
that
go viral if it fucks up.
Yeah, it'd be like the Cybertruck. Oh, we've got these windows that you can't break, and they feel.
I was just going to bring that up.
Just shat.
What did he end up throwing at that? Like a chair?
No, it was like, was it a hammer or a brick or something? I don't remember.
How embarrassing!
It was something. Yeah, or the micros. I remember Bill Gates doing some big event they do whenever there's a new version of Windows, and he's up there doing his thing, and all of a sudden, boom, the blue screen of death pops up. It's like, oh, it happens. It just happens.
I think at the last Apple event, like the 16,
there was something. There was.
They tried to do the AI that they got in there, and it messed up. I'm like, I don't understand. Why are you doing these live? Like, if you don't like, I would pre-record it, and then if it fucked up, I just edit that out.
Yeah,
I don't understand. Like, maybe it's because we want to be transparent and we want to. Well, it doesn't look good. Although Apple people just buy it anyways, and I am an Apple guy, so.
Yeah, I was watching that one live when it happened.
Oh, really?
It took him like 3 times before he got it.
Oh man, that's embarrassing.
It was kind of funny, and he was even like, "Yeah, this is what happens with live demos."
No, it's so true, though.
Yes, it is. It's happens frequently.
Well, at least they roll with it and not like, try to cover it up. Like, oh, I wonder, hey Jimmy, did you turn that on before he went live?
This is not the working model.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
oh my gosh. All right, Larry, what's up next?
So Uber is offering a new service. So right now it's just in New York. They're going to be offering it's like an airport shuttle service.
Okay,
it costs $18. per person. You can book up to 4 seats on the shuttle. You can book anywhere between 7 days out up to 5 minutes before it departs. It looks like right now it's going to hit just certain stops. So it hits Port Authority, Grand Central Terminal, LaGuardia Airport, 2 different terminals, and then Penn Station. So was that 5 or 6 different places that you can catch the bus. It says that shuttle vehicles have a 14 passenger capacity. Each rider can bring 1 personal item and 1 piece of luggage. So yeah, I mean, in New York, from some of those places to the airport, that's not a bad price. $18. I would take it.
I wonder. Well, they're always doing stuff to make money, but I wonder if they're trying to push for this for less congestion at the airport instead of having 14 separate cars. You have 1 bus.
Yeah, especially if it can hold 14 people.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a good idea.
1 shuttle instead of 3 or 4 different cars.
Yeah, I wonder how many miles that is. Are they on that for a bit, or I don't know if it says it, because I was just thinking, like, would I do something? Because I mean, I live in the suburbs. No, I mean, I guess we could Google it, but
yeah, we could look it up real quick. I'll look it up while we're on while you're reading our next story. But
yeah. I was just curious with this. If it was $18, would I do this for me if we were going on a trip instead of parking it or taking a personal Uber? I mean, I don't mind riding a bus.
I don't
either.
Bother
me, but yeah, Bubba Sue, that's an amazing price. So yeah, because I think just parking my car is
parking your car in New York would
God,
$50.
You're right. You'd
50, like, $60.
Yeah, and then even taking an Uber, even in Grand Rapids, parking's like $20 a day.
Yeah,
but even taking an Uber would probably cost me $40 one way.
Oh yeah. So this is definitely, I'd say, be a good deal
for sure.
So yeah, it's just something, they're trying to be the everything, and a lot of these things are probably going to work out pretty well for them. I think this one will be pretty popular.
Yeah, I do, especially in New York, and just how traffic is. Like, fuck that. Don't want to do it.
Yeah. So my crazy son, we for his, after he graduated college, he took a trip to New York by himself for just a couple of days to go see some shows and stuff. And the last night, he didn't tell us this until after he got back, obviously. He was at the airport, and he didn't want to spend the money to take an Uber to LaGuardia. He walked 7 miles through like these horrible neighborhoods,
really,
in New York City to the airport. I was like, dude, I should knock you out right now. What were you thinking?
Did he see anything crazy, or
no? He's like, I just went in. He's like, I stopped at a convenience store and got a beer. Just walked drinking a beer. I figured I'd fit right in.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I was like, well, I can't argue with you.
Yeah, nice work. Gotta love it. Oh man, those kids, they're dumb.
I tell you, they get you, man. They give you gray hair.
Yeah, they for sure do. So I saw this posted somewhere. This is a DoorDash, and it's $17.60 guaranteed, 1.4 miles. It's going to take 48 minutes, and it's taking photos of shelves, 50 plus photos. What are they doing? Are they just trying to get like inventory of what Walgreens is selling? I figured they had, remember we talked about like API when we were talking, like what that was. I figured they would have some sort of connection with like some of these stores' inventory, but maybe that is too much to ask. But $17 to take 50 plus pictures of the stock, or of the shelves. Was that something you would do or not?
Yeah, I probably would, especially if it was slow and there's not much going on.
I mean, it estimated 48 minutes. I'm like, good God.
48 minutes. And how much did it pay?
$17.
Man.
I mean, that's their estimate. But again, I worry with technology and pictures. You like take the picture like, oh, it's a little crooked, or, oh, it's too blurry. And like that end up taking you 2 hours. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, I guess if it was really slow, I'll try anything once, and if it's like terrible, I'll be like, okay, I'm absolutely never doing this again. But
Yeah.
I don't know. DoorDash has got that weird stuff. Like if you take a picture of the menu, it'll get you an extra $1. Now that I'm down with.
Yeah, you're already there.
Yeah.
Takes you 10 seconds. Why
Yeah.
not?
But obviously, Uber would cost a minimum of $60. It's about 10 miles, but it takes, oh my God.
Yeah. I just actually looked it up. Penn Station to LaGuardia, it's like it's almost 10 miles. And yeah, I mean, right now it says it would take like 25 minutes, but that's at nighttime when there's no traffic.
Yeah.
During the day, yeah, it's going to take you probably an hour. That's why they have the Uber helicopters you can take.
Yeah, for $700.
Well,
If you're rich, I guess. I don't know if I want to trust an Uber helicopter. I'll be honest with you. Is it just like regular Uber where you just need your license for 3 years and you're good to go?
You need to play Microsoft Flight Simulator at least.
That game's legit. I bought my son.
I used to play that a lot.
Well, I mean, there's a new one that just came out a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, they come out. Yeah, just like GTA or Call of Duty.
Oh really? I thought it was like a recently new release, but I bought my son. I don't know, either the game and then he bought like the whatever you call it, the throttle.
Yeah. Oh man, some people get into it. Like they have the extra control, the actual controls by their side, and they have the rudders.
Yeah.
Some people really get into it. I just played it with a one joystick that had a couple of dials on it and stuff.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as realistic. But
when I played that stuff though with just like a controller, it was so fucking sensitive. I sent that shit to the ground like every time. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need something that I can feather a little bit because it's not Call of Duty while you're just jamming the joystick down, running into the corner and diving.
Exactly. Goodness.
All right, Legal Ride Share is we're doing a little swap with them. You can check out their show on YouTube. It's called This Week in Rideshare. They did stream last Friday, and they are injury lawyers in Chicago area, but they can help you anywhere. Call them for free consultations, 312-767-7950. But head over to their YouTube page and subscribe to their show if you can. I would appreciate it. And then they have the podcast. The links are all in our description. But they're the first law firm in the United States to focus exclusively on Uber and Lyft and gig workers, delivery, and e-scooter accidents, injuries. Consultations are always free. Check them out at legalrideshare.com. And they've been around for a bit. I don't know when we interviewed them. I just always say this and then we go back and I don't even remember. But Bryant, the lead attorney, came on the show. I mean, it had been a while. It had been a long time. I bet in the first 50 episodes they came on. So they're great guys. They do good work. So if you ever in an auto accident or any kind of accident at all doing gig work, please reach out to them right away before you commit to anything with the gig apps, your insurance company, and so forth. So
free consultation. It doesn't hurt to talk to them.
Absolutely. Okay, Dovetail. I did not click on this. I hope it's legit and not bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I can't find a ton of information on it. I see it out there. So here's what it is. Basically, you partner with them, and what you do is you screenshot. You know how you can look at your weekly review of your rides from Lyft or Uber. At the end of the week, you screenshot what you've done and you upload them, and they'll pay you $10 for each one.
Okay, so
now the thing I can't find is why they're wanting this information, what they're doing with it.
I have an app that I use that does the same thing, but it doesn't pay that much. That yours, God, what's the name of that fucking thing? Pay something? No, not PayPal. Yeah, $10 is
$10. Yeah, $10 for each one. So you can do that's $20 a week, $80 a month, and then it says if you do all of them for the month, you get a bonus, but it doesn't say what the bonus is. So maybe extra $5 or something.
Yeah, they send me enough fucking notifications. I can't remember what it's called, but this one's just Uber and Lyft.
Yes.
Okay. This other one's like DoorDash. Like the one that paid the most was Lyft for me. What is the name of it? I hate that I don't have my apps organized and I don't know the name of it. I can't search it because I don't know the fucking name of it.
Yeah, so I'm going to try this. I'm
Yeah.
going to try submitting mine and see how it goes. So we'll see. We'll see if I've gotten paid out.
I have like $25 in my whatever account, but I kind of stopped doing it because, like I said, Lyft paid, and it doesn't even matter if you do one ride.
Mhm.
You'd upload your pay data, and they give me $5.
Okay.
But Lyft was the only one that paid really well. Uber was like a quarter,
Oh,
and DoorDash was
really?
like, yeah, it was very low, and like DoorDash was like $2. I literally can't find this app. It's
Yeah.
driving
Well,
me
yeah.
nuts.
This one says that we pay out every 2 weeks to your PayPal account. Get $10 for every receipt. Then they have guides on here how to upload your receipt to make sure it gets accepted.
Okay. Oh,
Um,
I found it.
oh, what is it?
It's called Product Lab. So
Product
I have
Lab.
$26 in there. Okay, so the Lyft study right now is $4, and the DoorDash is $1. But then they have like little surveys, like partner survey, 4 minutes for 60 cents. I mean, it's real
Yeah.
low on the rest of this shit.
Yeah.
But well, yeah, I wish they'd do it for Amazon Flex.
Well, I'll try it out and then I'll send you my
Yeah.
link, my if I
Yeah.
I don't know if they even have a link you can send out, but or a thorough link.
Well, yeah, or a referral link. I don't know. I've been trying to put links or the stories we talk about in the show notes.
Mhm.
So if you're listening to this audio, just go in there and check it out. Yeah, $80 every month. That's like
Yeah, I mean
that's almost
pretty good.
that's like better than Octopus.
Yeah, yeah,
Which I gotta send it back. They've sent me an invoice. They're trying to charge me for the tablet. I keep forgetting to drop it in the mail because I kept putting it on. I'm not gonna drive. I mean, I am, but like it's not gonna be worth me having in it anymore. So I gotta send it back. But they're like, yeah, here's your invoice for your tablet, because I keep forgetting to send it back. But
how much they were trying to invoice you for?
I didn't even look. Let's take a peek.
I was just interested.
Yeah, let's take a peek. Why not? Just give me a second to bring up my other email. I didn't delete it because.
Yeah, if anybody's had any experience with Dovetail, let us know. Shoot us an email or something. Let us know what your experience has been with them.
$150.
Okay.
I got to do within 30 days. When did they send this? 8 days ago. So they're just trying, because they're not going to well, maybe they are going to, maybe they are going to charge me, but it says make check payable to T-Mobile, include in the memo line, play Octopus tablet and your full name. I don't know. I mean, what are they going to do? They're not going to. Yeah. I don't have a card on file. Well, I mean, I guess I kind of do, but that'd be shady unless you signed it in the terms of agreement that
we probably did.
Well, that you would. We'll reverse your account that we deposit money in to take the money for the tablet.
Yeah, it was probably in the TOS when we signed up.
We're not going to read that shit. So,
goodness.
But anyways, I think this Dovetail. I mean, they're just clearly looking for data, but like, God, $80 a month, like.
Yeah, I mean, you know how it is. It'll probably start out that, and then it'll drop off. But might as well get in while the getting's good.
Yeah.
I keep seeing their ads. I pops up on whenever I'm looking at. I can't remember his Facebook or Instagram or something. It pops up. Since I've looked at it a time or two now, it pops up all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
And that other one, I don't know how I found that one, but obviously it's not just Uber and Lyft. It's other things too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Hey, if you can make $80 a month, again, I got to drive first. And then do I just need to take one ride each? Am I good that way? I mean,
yeah, I mean, it doesn't say anything on here about, ride minimums or anything like that. I mean, that might be in the fine print, but it doesn't.
Sounds like we're going to get taken advantage of at some point.
Let's hope so, right?
Let's hope so. $80 is $80. Damn it. All right. So safety concerns rises. Uber and Lyft, are trying to do this autonomous stuff and the robo taxis. So what's interesting about the robo taxis is kind of like. It's like a do-it-yourself version of like actual when you're using the Tesla. That's what they're focusing on, the Tesla. Mm-hmm. So they're exploiting regulatory gray areas and putting lives at risk. Do-it-yourself versions, however, are already proliferating, according to 11 ride-hail drivers using the Tesla's full self-driving software. Many say the software, which costs $99 per month, has limitations, but they use it because it helps reduce driver stress and therefore allows them to work longer hours and more money. So the problem is their accidents are happening, and these people are like, well, it's Uber and Lyft's fault. But Uber says, was in touch with the driver and passenger in the Las Vegas accident that happened like in April. Drivers are expected to maintain an environment that makes riders feel safe, even if driving practices don't violate the law. So AKA the self-driving, which isn't violating the law.
Right.
And then, of course, Lyft said drivers agree they will not engage in reckless behavior. And using it for ride hail is not against the law. So, and they don't have any like Uber, Lyft, and there's nothing against doing it for ride share, and they don't have a way to tell if you're doing it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like weird because the Waymo and Cruise or whatever, they're under scrutiny from the government, but these self-driving Teslas,
rideshare people are using. Yeah,
they can do it.
No way to monitor them.
There's no way to monitor it. I'm surprised insurance companies haven't come out and said, hey, if you do self-driving while you're doing gig work or something, we're not going to cover it.
And that just maybe they haven't caught up yet. It takes a while for the regulations to catch up, and that may be coming.
Oh, I'm sure of it. Why wouldn't they? I mean, because they can look at the data after the crash. They can tell you what you were doing right before the crash. I mean, there's cameras in the fucking car.
Oh, yeah, all over the place.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's some sort of invasion of privacy that insurance company says if you crash and so. I mean, there's got to be a point where it's like, okay, we're comfortable with it, but if you've heard the stories of the Tesla drivers taking naps in the back and shit like that. I mean, you should not be covered if you do that.
Yeah. You'd be like, if you want to take, you trust enough for your life, that's fine. But if you're using it to haul other people around, it's a no-go.
Yeah, that's super scary. But people did report, like I have, that the shit ain't ready. The stuff breaks, it accelerates in weird spots. But I get it. It is dangerous. I would be uncomfortable in a taking a ride share, and the driver was using maybe on the highway I'd be okay, which sounds crazy, right? Because you're going the speeds.
Right.
But I use the Super Cruise all the time, and I'm again, starting out with it, super uncomfortable. But it's been good. It hasn't done anything crazy.
Yeah. Not yet, but all it takes is one time.
Well, that's why I can't turn my eyes away from the steering wheel or looking straight ahead more than 5. It's 5 seconds it starts beeping at me.
Yeah.
Which is eternity when you're doing 75 on the road anyway.
Oh yeah. You're covering a lot of ground in 5 seconds.
Yeah. So if I saw self-driving happen, I'd be like, hey man, can you take it out of that? I'm not super comfortable with that. And then he'd probably tell me to get bent. And I'm like, oh yeah, fine, whatever.
Just give me another ride.
Just give me another ride. I won't be a dick about it. All right. Uber driver deputies foil suspects plot to burn down a friend's house. It sounds stupid, but I read the article. I'm like, I love that this driver did this.
Yeah. So this happened in Florida where lots of crazy things happen. So it says Martin County Sheriff's Office is crediting an Uber driver and deputies for stopping a suspect's plot to burn down a friend's home over a $100 debt. So this is a really odd case. It says sometime after 7:00 on Sunday of this week, we had a suspect who actually took an Uber to a trailer complex here in Martin County. The suspect told a friend that he was angry over the money that his friend had loaned him while they were at a strip club a few nights prior. So the friend used the money for entertainment purposes, but said he paid Flores back. However, Flores claims that he never got the money, and to square off his debt, he was going to burn down his friend's house. So they said that he admitted the plot to an Uber driver that he hired to drive him to his friend's house. And according to the deputies, Flores had a detergent bottle full of gasoline and a lighter that he carried with him in the Uber. So first of all, I don't know if if the dude tells me he has a thing full of gasoline, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna let him ride in
Well,
the car.
what if he said, "Hey, I just need it for mowing my lawn"? Are
Right.
you
Well,
cool?
that's different. But apparently,
Oh.
he told this guy he was gonna.
Well, I think he probably did after he got in the
Yeah.
car, right? So
Yeah, I
I'm
guess
saying he
so.
had to get the gas in at some point. I don't know if
Yeah.
even mowing. I'm like, no, because I know when I get gas, it stinks up the car
It
for at
does.
least 15, 20 minutes. I mean, I
Mhm.
don't know. I don't want
Yeah.
gas. Can you imagine?
I'd put it in my trunk.
Well, yeah, but can
But
you imagine it spilling? You don't know what
oh,
if the guy overfilled it or if it's a leaky. Fuck. People
yeah.
are dumb.
So this Uber driver said called the police, said I just dropped somebody off and he had a can of gas and he said he was going to burn somebody's house down. He said there was gas he was carrying in my car. It was a strong smell and he's holding it in a laundry detergent plastic bottle. He's got beers in his hand. He's clearly intoxicated. So two of the deputies arrived at the home and found the suspect with a lighter in hand about to light the trails of gas he had pulled,
No.
leading to a trailer. So I mean it was like the movies. It was right there, man. And he was just getting ready to light it. So
Thank God that guy called like right after
yes,
the guy got out.
Yeah, and that's what it says. It says, thankfully, the Uber driver did the right thing and called us. So important and really a message to the whole community. If you see something, hear something, take it seriously. We have so many stories about Uber drivers doing bad stuff that it's, we always
Yeah.
like to highlight when something like this happens and they do something that's really good because, yeah, this sounded like it would have gone south pretty quick.
Yeah, thankfully that he said something. I mean, dispatchers hear dumb shit all the time. It may not turn out to be anything, but man,
You never know. Yeah, you don't know. You really don't.
Good on him for doing that. That's great.
Yeah, so they also he had a knife concealed in his pocket. So yeah,
Well,
not a good dude.
no.
Over $100. You're gonna burn somebody's house down for $100.
I'm sure there was more than that going on. It was more than $100.
He probably was talking to the stripper that he liked or something.
Yep, there it is. It's always a woman.
Always a woman.
God dang women. All right. In Colorado, we had this on last week. We never got to it. They created a drivers cooperative to a local competitor to launch across the state. And I definitely need to talk to Steve about this because it's in Denver. It's called Drivers COOP. I just said cooperative. I don't know, a drivers coop.
Co-op. I mean, I would assume.
Oh, they just didn't put a space in it.
Yeah, I didn't put the dash in there.
That's weird because that's a perfect spot for the dash.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that's. I wouldn't think they'd call it driver's coop.
Dude, I'm a fucking idiot. I went to private.
I don't know.
School.
I mean, they may have. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
What?
Without hearing somebody that knows pronounce it.
No, it's 100. It's got to be co-op. If it's Coop, then I will never talk about this company again. It's Coop.
They're going down if they're Coop.
I'm the stupid idiot that didn't pick up that it's co-op. The creators of the app have three major goals: increase the wages of drivers by having 80% of the fare money go directly to them, reduce the price of fares for riders by eliminating the overhead that comes from a traditional business where CEOs make a disproportionate amount of money, and provide rides often to marginalized communities like the elderly, disabled, and previously incarcerated. So right now they have about 250 drivers that are driving, which means the wait time is longer, but they have 1,600 drivers in the application process. So
I mean, it sounds really good. All the stuff that they said is good. Thumbs up.
They always sound good.
Yeah, they always sound good. And you just got to see if they last, if they can build that momentum and if they can be profitable, if they're giving drivers more money and lower prices for the riders,
you're like,
trying to be everything to everybody, which is great if you can do it.
I think I think they have you make a good point about, reduce overhead because there's a lot of stuff that goes on. But as we know, you start out and then you're realizing, even we were talking to the security guy, they're like, oh, we're going to do this in house. And they're like, oh, shit, we can't handle this. So then you sub that out. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, you got $1 million a year of overhead.
You're back where you started.
Yeah. And then you're having to, raise prices and people get pissed and so on and so forth. So I always applaud people for trying. I want it,
Oh, yeah. We definitely more apps we are able to choose from, the happier we are going to be.
And I definitely like them like saying 80-20 because that's how it was back in the day. Like, can we just go back to what it was before? And that's what we all kind of just want. And it's just gone to the wayside. So,
yeah, those days are gone.
Bubba Sue said, talk to see if he has info on them. Oh, yeah, I figured he would. So,
yeah, it's out in his area
for sure. We're just going to skip that ad and then we're just going to do our last story here and call it good.
All right.
Let's see. So we got this from Frank, one of our Patreon members and loyal listeners.
Yeah. So this, I guess, Uber is offering faster airport matches with Trip Radar. So I think most everybody knows what the Trip Radar is.
Unfortunately,
we don't. I don't get it here. We just don't have.
Wow. You're like old school over there.
We kind of are. So yeah, if you're in a pilot city, so they're doing a pilot like they do with most things.
Yeah.
You're in a pilot city for new airport experience from October 4th onwards. All Uber airport trips will be on Trip Radar for faster matches and reduced wait times. So this is all airport trips.
That's crazy.
So doesn't matter if you're you don't have to be in the queue. You're nothing. So if you see a trip on the Trip Radar, you can tap the request to see and accept any available trips. So access offers anywhere in the line. You can receive offers no matter where you are at in the queue. You don't need to wait until you're first in the queue to start matching. It says you can tap request, accept any and all available trips. So yeah.
So you'll see multiple airport trips requests in a single view.
Yeah, it says all airport trips will be in there.
Trying to match with more than one trip or choosing not to match won't impact your acceptance rate.
Right.
So do you try to tap all of them? It makes it seem like trying to match with more than one trip or choosing not to match won't impact.
I guess you if you want, you can tap on multiple ones.
Well,
but then at the bottom it also says your queue position still matters. You'll be prioritized for trip matches based on your spot in the queue. So does that mean if you're up higher in the queue and you're clicking on the Trip Radar trips, you'll be chosen over somebody that's lower in the queue?
So here's what I think is going to happen. So a scenario, you got two drivers. Yeah. He's one and the other one's two.
Yeah.
A long trip pops up. They both look at it. The one says, nope, I don't want it. And the other one does. Even though he's a two, I bet he gets matched for it. You know what I mean? Or am I off base there?
No, I think you're right. But I think if they both wanted it, then whoever's higher in the queue is going to get it.
Yes, you're right. Like. Yes. If they both wanted it, then yes, I would say so. I would rather they just get rid of the queue. That whole like airport, we don't have it too much over here, but like people that hang out at the airport for 8-9 hours, like I don't understand. Like we should just go back to like, I don't know. Well, maybe that's not the right way to do it. Cause then where else? Like we used to hang out at Wendy's before the queue, like, and that was cause it was closest to the airport. So I guess you're still going to get it regardless.
Yeah.
But am I going to get an airport request when I'm downtown in the radar? Like if I I don't want an extra step to do that.
Yeah.
Like I got to go into the radar and look for airport trips. I don't know. It seems stupid.
So is that what you click on the radar and then you see trips in the radar? Cause like I said, we don't have it.
No,
here.
You get a notification.
It just pops up. Okay.
And then when you go in there might be multiple trips that you had gotten early that had popped up earlier that no one's taken yet. So there could be multiples in there, but I don't think there's like essentially a radar. Oh my God. It's been so long.
And their trips are probably haven't been taken for a reason.
Of
Most
course.
of the time, I would assume.
Yeah. Because they're low paying. That's what they do. They try to
trips.
Yeah. They try to grab the bottom feeders.
Yeah. And eventually somebody will take it.
Well, yeah, eventually somebody will take it. But I really can't remember if there's actually a radar button. I mean, as the last time I drove, I don't think there was an actual radar button, but it popped up and then it brought you to the list if there was one. But I'm not sure if you can actually click on a radar button.
Yeah. See, I'll see them every now and then. I'll see it on Lyft. It's essentially the same thing. It'll say, it'll show one and it'll say like, there's a trip, an $8 trip available. And you can click on it
Yeah, it's on the map.
Yeah, it's on the map.
Yeah,
click on.
same
That's the
thing.
closest thing. I don't think I don't ever remember having anything pop up on Uber. If I had, it's been a couple, a while ago.
Well, I would rather have it do it how Uber does it. I don't like looking at the map and then I'm like peering like this. Like I need it to pop up in my face so I can look at it. I don't need to be, trying to use my X-ray vision to figure out what the fuck this thing is.
That's what she said.
Damn it. It's like we tried to do that because I didn't even think about it. And
I was waiting. I'm waiting until he gets to the end of this.
Really?
Oh yeah. I was like, this is going to be good.
I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. That was great. What a good ending. So, well, if you see this happening, find out, or maybe we'll ask Frank about it.
Yeah.
If he's had to deal with it any before, because I want to know what's up with it. So anyways, thank you guys all for tuning in. I appreciate you. As we wrap up, again, if you'd love to support us on the Patreon, go to patreon.com/thegigacon podcast. We'd love to get some more people in there. And then next week's just a normal week, and then Gabe will be back at some point.
Yes, he will be back at some point, and it's good to be back. Missed y'all last week, but I appreciate the night off to take my son back for his doctor's appointment.
I thought for sure you'd be in the comments at some point, but you must have been driving.
So here's what we did. we
because you were like, I can do it from St. Louis, and I was like, nah.
But then he wanted to come back here. So we drove down there for his appointment.
Okay.
And then we drove back.
Okay.
And so we were driving. Yeah, we were driving during when y'all were on. We were listening to it, but I could not comment because I was driving.
Yeah, you should have had your wife comment. You could have dictated it to her.
She was not with us.
Oh, okay. I'm dumb. Then your son, somebody.
Yeah, he was snoozing. You kidding?
You was snoozing. The cat was throwing. Oh no, the cat
was snoozing.
You had the cat.
Actually, no, we didn't.
No, you didn't have the cat because he was back at the house.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Garfield.
Mr. G.
Mr. G. Okay.
Yep.
And as always, don't put up with anyone's bullshit.
We'll see you on the road.
This podcast is produced and edited by Hey Guys Media Group. Want to start a podcast? Check out heyguysmediagroup.com.